Iran was damn near a first world nation under the Shah. Poetry, man, Persian poets are known as the best poets in the world. Persian carpets, Persian food. When Iranians go out there and play sports at the national level, the entire country gets behind them.
Welcome to the Thought Leader Revolution with Nicky. Join the revolution. There's never been a better time in history to speak your truth, find your freedom, and make your fortune. Each week, we interview the world's top thought leaders and learn the secrets of how they built a 6 to 7 figure practice. This episode has been brought to you by eCircleacademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.
All right, this guy is a great patriot for America, even though he doesn't live here. He lives in Canada. He's my buddy, Nicky. We co-wrote the book, The Great Patriot Protest and Boycott book, and the Great Patriot Boycott book, which I don't have in front of me, but it's behind me. You can see it. It's the yellow and red book. Great Patriot Boycott, Great Patriot Boycott, both books written by Wayne Allyn, my co-author, Nicky. He lives in Canada, Ontario, Canada. He's the host of a top 10 iTunes podcast, and he is a Iranian from birth whose family emigrated to Canada, and he just loves America, and we want to talk to him about what's going on in Iran. Nicky, how are you, man? How are you holding up?
I'm blessed and I'm grateful, brother, but I got a lot of family that live in Tehran, and we've been praying for them, and we've been a little worried about them. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I would say a lot worried about them now because they're in a blackout. They can't see. They can't see on the internet. They can't see on social media, is my understanding. So they have no idea what's even coming at them right now. And it's pretty bad. But I think Trump is going to, I hate to use the word bluff. I would hate any of the mullahs to be watching or Khomeini to be watching and find out that I'm saying we're trying to bluff him. I think the key to bluffing is that you're willing to do it. I think he's willing to attack Iran, join Israel, and just finish Iran off and finish their nuclear capabilities off. But he doesn't want to do it, as I wouldn't either if he doesn't have to. If they would just come to the table and negotiate peace right now, they could avoid any further death, any further damage, and the nation being plunged into, third world status for the rest of the decade. They could avoid all that right now if they come to the table, and they have to know Trump will do it. Trump will do whatever he has to destroy them if they won't come to the table, and if they won't give up their nukes, he will do it. But I think it's all a bluff from the standpoint he's trying to intimidate them to come to the table, so he never has to do it. Your thoughts?
So Wayne, I got a different take on this. So here's what you have to understand. You need to separate the regime, the Islamic Republic government, and those that are oppressing the Iranian people from the Iranian nation and the Iranian people. Okay, the attack by Israel on the government of Iran and on the Islamic Republic is something that is being cheered by the Iranian people. There's video out there in major cities in Iran of people shouting, "Death to the dictator, let's overthrow the Islamic Republic." And they very much want to take Iran out of the yoke of tyranny and into a new brave world of freedom. And His Highness, the Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, has been out there on major media in the United States and on social media, and he's been speaking to the Iranian people, saying to the people of Iran, the time is now to overthrow this evil regime and to take control of your destiny. Myself and my advisors are ready to lead the transition out of tyranny and into a new democratic Iran. Iran is an ancient nation, 7,000 years old. Iran and Israel have been friends as nations for 7,000 years. Remember, King Cyrus the Great freed the Jews back 2,500 years ago. Esther in the Bible helped save the Jewish people, and Esther was a Persian queen. These are the things, the ties of history that bind Iran and Israel together. And even Benjamin Netanyahu, in his speech announcing the attack on the nuclear facilities,
yes,
helped by the regime and the mullahs, said that our quarrel is not with the Iranian people, who have been our friends for centuries. Our quarrel is with the evil mullah regime. And it is time right now that every freedom-loving American, every freedom-loving man and woman on this planet stand tall for the Iranian people to overthrow this evil regime and to bring freedom Nothing will make the world a safer place than to see this regime fall. I do not want them to come to the negotiating table. I want every last mullah bombed out of existence, and I want the people of Iran to go and overthrow this government and bring in a new democratic regime led by His Highness the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi.
So, and again, you're not telling me anything I don't know, Nicky, because I was on another show. I was a guest on a show this morning, and I said there's a big difference between the people of Iran and the leadership of Iran. The leadership are cruel. They're religious extremists. They're fanaticals. They're crazy. They hate the Jews. They hate America. And the people of Iran are not like that at all, and they're ready to overthrow. So I agree with you 110%. I would like to avoid any further damage or pain or disaster for the people of Iran, but I certainly would love to see a lot of damage and pain for the leaders, the mullahs, the religious fanatics who run the government and who run the nuclear. You just cannot allow them to ever get a nuclear bomb because they will use it, Nicky. They will either blow up Israel or America or Western Europe. We just have to stand firm that they have to give up their nuclear ambitions. Are you in agreement on that?
1,000%, man. The
Beautiful.
Islamic Republic of Iran today is the locus of evil in the modern world. Just the way President Reagan in his famous Evil Empire speech said 42 years ago, that the Soviet Union at that time was the locus of evil in the modern world. The Islamic Republic of Iran, unfortunately, today is the locus of evil in the modern world. Allowing these fanatics to get their hands on nuclear weapons or other weapons of mass destruction would be a disaster for the world. It could plunge us all into World War III and end the human race as we know it. So absolutely not. But I got to tell you, we have an opportunity today to overthrow the most evil regime in the world and replace it with a pro-Western one. If you recall, prior to the Islamic Republic, the Shah of Iran and the government of Iran at that time was the most pro-Western, pro-American government in the Middle East, probably in the world.
Yes,
and the Shah had a vision to take Iran and bring it to the top rank of nations. He was a brilliant man, and he had a plan. And I got to tell you, if not for that idiot Jimmy Carter being in power, who basically stopped supporting the Shah and threw his lot behind the mullahs, the Shah would still be in power, although you and I would have never met. Who knows? Because I would have been in Iran, because Iran would have still been a pro-Western country. But it is what it is. We are at the time that we are. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. God Almighty wanted the Iranian people in the world to go through this adversity. And I just say to you and to your listener, Wayne, pray every day for the people of Iran, for the brave people of Iran, the men and women who during the Obama years stood up against this regime, asked Obama to support them, and he didn't. And tens of thousands of them were massacred in the street. For the great world champion wrestler, Navid Afghani, who stood up for the people in his little village, and they basically lied and said that he killed a soldier and forced him to admit to it. Otherwise, they were going to kill his family, and he admitted to it, but he said later that they forced him to do it, and they executed this beautiful 27-year-old world champion wrestler just because he stood for the people.
I didn't even know about this.
No, dude, this happened. Navid Afghani, Dana White asked Donald Trump to intercede to try to save his life. And then Trump asked him not to kill him, and they still didn't listen. And in the World Cup, the last World Cup, 2022, there were demonstrations going on. The soccer players from Team Melli, which is the national team of Iran, they all stood up in solidarity with the people in Iran. And they were threatened to a man saying, we're going to kill your family members if you don't stand and sing the national anthem, because they didn't sing it before one of the games to protest this. Unlike LeBron James, who's a piece of crap athlete who pretends to stand for people, these guys risk life and limb and their family members to stand for the freedom of the people of Iran. And one of the players, by the way, even those threats didn't move him. He still wouldn't sing the national anthem. But he's the best player on the team, so I guess they didn't want to go kill his family.
Is he alive?
He's alive.
Did he kill him?
His name is Sardar Azmoun, and he's a true profile in courage. Remember that name, Sardar Azmoun.
All right, so we're going to a break right now. Normally is where I'd say goodbye to you, Nicky, and I got to get the last segment in, but I want to keep you to answer a question on the other side of the break. So think about your answer to this. Listen, I wrote a column today. I don't think you saw it. You haven't seen it yet, have you? I got to send it to you during the break. I'll send it to you. But here's my belief. We learned the wrong lessons from Iraq. You know, the nation building of Iraq. It was a big mistake. This would not be a big mistake. Why is this different than Iraq? I want you to answer when we get back from the break. What's the difference? And I'll write a column about this. This is not Iraq. The people of Iran are ready to be westernized, in my opinion. This is different. Nicky, for those people like Tucker Carlson who are in the MAGA movement and there's a war going on inside MAGA, they don't want us helping Israel. They don't want us going near Iran. They don't want us getting involved in it. They certainly don't want us actually physically bombing. I think they're wrong. I think they learned the wrong lesson from Iraq. They think that it means we're nation building. They think it was a disaster. Well, it was. Iraq was a disaster. But I don't think this is that. It's a whole different thing. Tell everybody why it's a whole different thing.
Great question, Wayne. So first and foremost, Iraq isn't a real country. Iraq is one of the countries that was created after the fall of the Ottoman Empire with no real nation behind it. There was a bunch of disparate groups of people, Shias, Sunnis, Kurds, that were all kind of thrown together. Iran is one of the most ancient, ongoing nation states in the history of the world. It's a 7,000-year old civilization, a proud civilization, one with a unity of people loving the country, believing in its history. The culture of Iran is an incredible culture. Poetry, man, Persian poets are known as the best poets in the world. Persian carpets, Persian food, you know, a sense of Persian pride. When Iranians go out there and play sports at the national level, be it soccer or wrestling, the entire country gets behind them. That hasn't happened in the country of Iraq and in other countries that were formed after the fall of the Ottoman Empire at the end of World War I. So this is completely different. The other thing is, Iran was damn near a first world nation under the Shah. It was a second world nation.
Right.
It was moving forward toward first world status. We had banking systems. We had industry. We had so many people with institutions that are going on. This is a fully functioning society. The people of Iran, listen, after 9/11, Wayne, you remember, the people in Arab countries were all cheering the terrorists killing of Americans. The Iranian people were saying, condolences, America. We're sorry, America. And the mullahs were like arresting him and throwing him in jail for that. These people are yearning to breathe free. They had a taste of freedom under Reza Shah Pahlavi before the mullahs. These people understand it. They are not going to devolve into some sectarian violence like Iraq did. And with all due respect to Tucker Carlson, who's a man I respect and admire, he's dead wrong about this. And Tucker, if you watch, Wayne, I challenge you, bring me on your show for an hour and I'll cut your arguments to ribbons and set you straight, because you're dead wrong, Tucker.
Isn't that funny? You didn't see my column yet. I forgot to send it to you. I'll send it the minute the show's over. But my column says Tucker Carlson is dead wrong. I use those exact words, Nicky, that he's dead wrong. I'm with you. So give me like a 30-second, because then we got to run. Just sum up for me. How is this going to play out? Is Trump going to have to get involved and bomb, or does America just support Israel and never gets involved? How will it play out?
I think America will just support Israel and they will not need to get involved. I think the people of Iran are going to start to rise up and overthrow this government. And I think as long as Israel and America say, don't kill your people, and scare these people and saying, we'll come after you if you do, this government will be gone. And very soon we'll have a golden age of freedom in Iran and a pro-Western government in Tehran.
All right, Nicky Ballou, we're praying for peace in Iran. We are. And we're praying that the mullahs are gone. This is the way to fight a war. You don't kill the people. You kill the generals, you kill the nuclear scientists, you kill the government officials, and you bomb the nuclear facilities, but you don't attack the people. And I think that's what Israel has done. So good job, Israel. Pray that the people of Iran are free and become westernized. Have a great night, Nicky Ballou. Thanks for all. Everyone, see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
This episode has been brought to you by eCircleAcademy.com, the proven system to add 6 to 7 figures a year to your thought leader practice.